Good morning. It's about 8:30. I got a quote-unquote later start on the hike today. So I'm about 45 minutes in. If you see way across that's the parking lot where I started from. Today I am hiking Mount Sherman, also just outside of Leadville. This should be, this is one of those moments where it's like, will the narrator overdub me later and be like, he was mistaken. But I'm hoping this is going to be a little bit of a milder hike today. Yesterday was a big one. Yesterday was 10 miles. This one, Mount Sherman is one of the smaller 14ers, so it's shorter. And also the trailhead where you start is higher up. So instead of a 4,500 elevation gain, it's only like a 2,100 foot elevation gain, and the whole hike is only 4 miles. So I'm taking it slow and just enjoying as I'm going. The beginning part was across that green space. There's a little creek down there. It's a little muddy and boggy. Like the trail goes through some cool like hedge maze. It feels like a hedge maze, but it's nature's maze. And then like a quarter mile in, you start going up this side of the mountain. And so this hike, there's probably a word for this type of terrain, but all the boulders are medium size. It's really easy to walk on. It's very stable. Don't feel like I'm slipping around or anything like that. And when you find this recording on my body underneath a rock slide later on, they'll be like, haha, what an idiot he was. But yeah, so far so good. The rocks look really cool. I don't know if you can see in the video, but like they have sort of a green tint here and then red over there. In the background, I think that's Mount Massive over there. It was cool when I was driving in. The cloud line was below the peaks of those mountains over there, so you just saw like clouds and then the tops of the mountains peeking out. It was really cool. All right, so that's the plan for the day. We're gonna keep it rolling for a while and check in later. Well, so pretty much as soon as I turned off that last segment, turned a corner and the trail turned into my least favorite walking surface, which is steep grade loose gravel. So I see people way up there. So that's, I guess, where we're headed. You see them? Tiny people. But like this kind of loose gravel terrain is a bummer, especially when it's steep, but it's actually even worse on the way down. Like on the way down at this grade on that gravel, I'm definitely going to fall down at least once. Like it's just part of the experience. But we're creeping up on 9 a.m. So I think the goal is to get up to that ridge, and then the summit is back there behind that, what is actually a pole for a power line. But as I was coming up, I could only see the first one illuminated from behind. And from that angle, they look like crucifixes. I was like, what an odd place for a crucifix to be just kind of hanging out on the side of this hill. That one over there, I don't know if you can see, it's bent over. As I was coming up the hill, there was this like guide wire on the path. And I was like, oh, that's really cool that they put the wire. You can hold on to it and try to like lift yourself up as you're going up the mountain. And then I saw that it was connected to what by then I'd figured out was a power pole. And I was like, maybe I shouldn't touch that. So one disaster averted. But as per usual, I've already been passed by some dude doing a mountain run up this thing, a couple dogs, usual hiking experience out here, but got to keep going. I'm almost a mile in. I guess it's only 2 miles to the summit, so almost halfway up. Woo! Okay, I've made it up to the saddle between Mount Sherman, where I'm going, and over there, Mount Sheridan, which is like a 13er. This guy is about to pass me on the way up. We parked at the same time at 8. He's already run up to the summit and is now on his way back. I'm really not sure how he hasn't like fallen and died at some point in his life. He must be really good at it, practicing, yes. Anyway, over there in the distance is Mount Massive. I think it may sound windy, but it's actually been almost no wind and like not a cloud in the sky. So I just gotta shimmy up here and then across the ridge to the summit. Looks like there's a fair number of people up there. I was pretty late, so there's a fair number coming up and down, but so far great conditions. Let's get to the top of it. So you can approach Mount Sherman from either side, like the side I'm staying on, but I guess on the other side, it takes like an hour and a half to drive to the other side on roads, but there's a trail that comes up the other side from whatever city's over there. It looks like there's some sort of shack ruins or something down there. Oh, the history. I'm guessing the town I'm staying in is Leadville. I'm gonna guess maybe they have a history of mining or something. All right. Oh, and over here, if the wind's not too bad when I turn around, you're gonna be able to see Mount Elbert where we were yesterday. I'll point to it. Probably won't be able to talk because of the wind. Bloop. The one right just peeking out behind the side of that of Mount Sheridan there. Hi, Albert. Okay, I made it mostly up the ridge. I've got just this little bit left to go. There's a dude hanging out up there. And then it's across the ridge to the summit over that. I'm gonna turn the camera so you can see the views. It's gonna be windy though, but it's gonna be beautiful. So it turns out that those things I thought were like ruined shacks down in this valley are actually abandoned mines. All right. Forgive the wind. Tally ho! All right, made it up to the peak. Well, pretty much peak. Technically, I think it's right over there. But wow, it is the perfect day. There's no wind up here. It's so clear. I think that's Mount Massive right there. And then there's Mount Elbert from yesterday, right there. It's pretty warm for a mountaintop up here. I'm not even wearing my winter hat. I don't know if you can see it, but back there, I'm pretty sure that's Pikes Peak, because you can always see Pikes Peak no matter where you are in Colorado, apparently. Just beautiful summit up here. I think that's definitely been my favorite hike so far. It was a cute little 2 hours and 15 minutes to get up here. If you look way down there, I'm gonna zoom in. That's my car is one of those way down there. Probably the last one in line because I was here pretty late for hiking time. But now we're way up here. That's Leadville, the town where I'm staying. All right. It's time for some Summit bagels. All right. Leaving the peak here. By Peak Friends. There's some people celebrating a 46th birthday. They got some champagne bottles up here. Puppy party. Some snow. Over here, these rock stars. It's like a 5-year-old, an 8-year-old, and 11-year-old. Just finished their first 14er. So high five. But it's time for hopefully a quick descent down and hopefully back in the hotel chilling by noon. Maybe order some pizza. All right, friends. This is what the beginning / end of the trail up to Mount Sherman looks like. Not quite back to the car, but you can see it right over there, maybe 10 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. This was not by far, but definitely I think my favorite, definitely my favorite 14er, maybe my favorite hike since I've been out here. All different types of scenery. It's not that long. It's been a little bit over 4 hours, but I've been dawdling and taking my time and chatting with people on the trail. The descent over there was no joke. All that loose gravel that I was complaining about on the way up, it was very much like an experience, sort of like rock sliding, surfing, skiing on the way down. I was like maybe 40% in control of the descent most of the time, but yeah, you had to do it. So, all right. That was a great hike. I feel great. I almost didn't do this because I was a little worn out from yesterday, but I'm so glad I did. It was really, really, really cool. I would definitely come back and do this route again someday. So, but now to the car for snacks. And to sit on the couch and chill out for the rest of the day. See you soon.